The way the game worked out and the spirited response from Hinckley, would you have settled for a point at the end?
No, I wouldn't. I want to come away with 3 points today. There's never a beginning in football, but at the same token, where did my players turn up on Tuesday? Where were they today? Like we said before the game itself, and we were talking about it and analysing and what might happen, permutations, and at the end of the day, it was always going to be about the team that wants the most and the disappointment. The disappointing thing for me as a manager was that too many of the Hinckley teams wanted more than we did. You can never just go out onto a football field. It is obnoxious and wrong to think that you just got to turn up and beat the team. That's not the case. You've got to roll your sleeves up and you've got to win the battle first. Like you said, it was Chester all over again. We weren't at the races like Chester. Hinckley put us under pressure, and the keeper had to make 2 good saves to keep us in.
Half time, did you have to change your team talk because we got that goal very late on? Did that make any difference in what you told them at half time?
No. It was exactly the same. They'd got out of jail. They got one of the biggest rollickings they'll ever give out because that wasn't good enough. But as we always do, I think you have to be honest about it and give the other team credit. Hinckley, had a game plan. They were very direct. They squeezed play, put them under pressure a lot. We didn't let us settle on the ball, and then. We've come away with a point when possible it may have gone the other way, so I have to give a little bit of credit to some defending at times. Got a round through, got on the cover very well, but the goal we gave away was from our corner, and it shouldn't happen. Lee Andrews, he's experienced, and as a coach you're standing on sidelines and you're relying on consistency from players, and if people make individual mistakes then there's not a great deal you can do about it. So we've come away with a point. It's a point in the right direction. It's a disappointing point, shall we say.
I suppose the plus is, Darren, that it extends an unbeaten run to 3 matches, isn't it?
Yeah, possibly at the start of the week. If you're looking for the Altrincham game last week, if we'd have said we were going to take 5 points from the week, then we'd have all been probably quite happy with it. But as the week unfolds and as football unfolds, you think, we've come away now from the week thinking if puts and maybes, rather than early in the week we were all buoyant. So that's football. When you think you're a player or you think you're good, it kicks in the teeth. Just thinks that look at Jimmy Carragher, poor fellow. He's on his last European game and he costs his team a passage through. So that's football. It can be a great game. It can also be a horrible game as a footballer. And we've learned another lesson today. And at times this season we've learned too many of these lessons really.
I suppose looking at the bench, the plus for is the guys returning from injury were back on the bench, and Jordan Connaughton was also here today and was doing some running down the touchline. That's got to be a positive for the future.
Yeah, of course. We've got to get these lads back in the fold as quickly as possible. Niall will hopefully be pushing for next weekend. We didn't have Kyle here today or Anthony Wright, so the boys are hopefully going to be all available for what he's now, or always was a tough game against Gloucester, and he's going to be very typically the same to what we came up against from Hinckley today. Gloucester are in your face. They're long. They'll push the ball long. They'll fill spaces. They'll go and spoil the game for you, and we'll have to deal with a lot of balls in our penalty area. So next week is another battling performance, and we'll have to pick a team that is going to battle.
Yeah, and then of course we start the midweek games. They come thick and fast again.
Yeah, difficult, but hopefully, as we say, after Gloucester, we'll have everybody back fully fit and ready, and then that's why we've had to try and bring 1 or 2 players in to keep the squad as big as possible, because we're not out of the water yet. We've got to get some more points on the board quickly, and if your form isn't good Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Monday, things like that, then you can slip. But at the same time, if you can just get that little run going together, you can move up the table a lot faster. So Saturday, Tuesdays are good if things are going well. So we need to make sure that come Gloucester next week we're ready and firing.
What's the situation with the 2 lone guys? Is that up in the air when we can keep them, Joe McGee and Joel Dixon?
Joe McGee, I'm hoping to extend, but obviously that will be down to what Morecambe think from him and what their plans are for him with their running. They've started to pick up in towards mid-table, so it might be that we're going to start and use a few, but I can't preempt that. So I'll make the phone call this week, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can extend him. The goalkeeper is a rolling experience signing that was made. What it is it's work experience, so that can just roll on and on and on until either team decides to stop it. So with Aaron not quite ready yet, the lads had 3 games and been fantastic. Yes, so there's no pressure with regards to the goalkeeper, and they're happy for him to come and get experience, and at the moment he's doing a fantastic job. So there's no pressure on Joel at the moment. McGee, I'd like to try and set down and get signed for another month if possible.
And Paul Johnson, I thought, was one of our best players today. His month loans obviously just started.
Yeah, so obviously that's why we brought him in, because anything can happen. As it turns out, we lost Kyle and Niall within a few days of each other. So his experience, and as I say, did very well. When teams come and put him under that kind of pressure, I thought both centre backs were very good today, and were solid for us. They come under a lot of pressure, and they came out probably as our best two performances in the day, I think.
Darren, thanks for meeting, Dave.
Thanks very much.